Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another amazing episode on mental health. Today we have Rosalind. So Rosalind is a professor of psychology and a mental health associate. So thank you very much for being here. It's my pleasure to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So yeah, first getting into questions, I'll first ask you what if you can speak about yourself and what you do. That would be amazing to know about you.
So, I'm very passionate about working with children and youth, and considering that many of the problems of youth and children are unspoken. Living in an Indian system, most of our problems are not heard. So, considering that, we have built a team and we are trying to bring in more stories of kids and youth so that it could empower others, and then we could reach out to more culturally and from different zones. So that is what we are doing at the moment.
Yeah. So coming back to questions. So today's conversation is going to be
Yes.
how to handle grief and loss. So if you can speak
Mhm.
first into getting into that, if you can speak what is grief and loss, what does that word really means, then we can get into deep conversations regards to that.
Grief is something, it's a psychological feeling, and it comes from a very natural process where there are different kinds of emotions attached to it.
Okay.
So grief is an emotion,
Mhm.
and it is up to us whether we could call it negative or positive.
Okay.
Grief also heals.
Mhm.
So here, it is a natural developing process, and what happens is we are not taught how to grieve. Most of our grief patterns are controlled, like you can't cry, you'll get over it, and it's a phase.
Mhm.
If we could make our children or our adults understand that we need time even to mourn,
Okay.
so maybe the definition or the meaning of grief would be more experiential.
Okay.
Like, for example, we don't experiences because we feel numb. Defining by telling our real life stories, I
Okay.
think it would be more stable among our generation. So it is a psychological feeling and a construct.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you again for giving us a wonderful definition of grief and loss. So coming to back, so how does the situation arises in ourselves? What does the reason that we get into being into grief and loss? What situations comes under like how can we find ourselves? Like how can we recognize that we are in grief? Okay, so that's the question. How can we recognize that we are in the situation of grief?
Firstly, is we have to understand our situation. It is very context specific. Now, many of our situations are unresolved.
Okay.
We would have had problems in the past. We
Mhm.
wouldn't have rectified that, and that baggage is with us.
Mhm.
And now, this period of lockdown has given us a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
So, because you have so much time to think, obviously you are thinking of the negatives that you would have had in the past, and probably judge yourself. So, here with our positive, like it is a real kind of feeling, and also knowing your strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
So, that would probably guide us in understanding where is it coming from, the root of it.
Okay. And yeah, coming. What can be the solution for handling that situation? How can we, work on that? What things can we do to, lesser down and forget about the losses and lessen down our grief? What can be the possible solution for that?
See, there has been a psychologist called Dr. Elizabeth Ross.
Okay.
She has given us the stages of grief.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a few stages of grief, and it is believed that it is a natural stage
Okay.
where each one of us should give it, individually ourselves that time. So
Okay.
initially there is denial, where why me? It cannot happen.
Yeah.
So if you give yourself that space, or to accept that it is okay to feel the way I'm feeling at the moment,
Okay.
then from there that would lead to many other kind of mood symptoms like feeling depressed, feeling lonely,
Mm-hmm.
lack of friends. So again, taking yourself through that process of time, and going through that phase, and finally accepting it.
Hmm.
So acceptance is when you recognize that you are feeling low, you're feeling impulsive, because sometimes we tend to hurt ourselves physically as well.
Yeah.
So getting over it, writing it down, I feel these days positive psychology is helping us a lot, where we are journaling all our feelings. So when you are taking it out through some form, maybe that would probably help. And also whatever we like, getting ourselves more involved. So if I love music, maybe preparing notes that talks about my moods.
Okay.
Give yourself time, talk about it, and have peer support groups. This is something which I keep reinforcing.
Okay.
Have your own group.
You were speaking about how you're working on adults, with adolescents, and like telling them to do. If you can speak about the project, as you said, through music, and we are trying to help them through theater. Like how do you work on that? You can speak about that thing.
So recently, we've had one client who is going through depression, and this pandemic has created, she wants to self harm herself.
Okay.
So we kind of initiated a forum where we asked her, "What do you like doing?" And she said, "I make music."
Okay.
And we said, "Okay, why not you do something, and we would post it online, and we would keep sharing."
Okay.
So we did that, and it was amazing because the person just felt good about it, and it has also helped others to come out and write stories about it. So there are a few people publishing their articles as well,
Mhm.
and they've been writing, and also a few counselors are helping. So few counselors are telling their life stories,
Mhm.
and that has been helping the young to also accept and come out of it. So
Yeah, wonderful. So yeah, okay. Last question I have. So what else would you like to speak? Do you have any message regards to mental health, or would you like to speak about more about grief or loss, or anything you can? It's an open question. You can speak about anything you wish to.
I just feel that everything is connected to mental health, and
Yeah.
considering we all are suffering in our own way
Yeah.
with different intensities.
Yeah.
So, if we would, just listen to people, that's it at the moment, hear out, and instead of judging as to what kind of family issues or economic backgrounds we are coming from,
Hmm.
if we could just guide each other in framing networks
Okay.
and help different kinds of population. Like for example, now the older population is getting really hampered with a lot of things. So why can't we, following the belonging to the youth population, do something for them,
Yeah.
something for our parents, or making people understand, older people understand that it is not rightful to displace your anger onto somebody else who is inferior.
Okay.
So I think educating each other about our problems,
Hmm.
we could probably help, because you may not know what I'm going through unless I communicate it to you.
Yeah.
So if you could probably show that concern and help me out in terms of speaking, then maybe we could form a stronger community. So
Yeah.
that way.
Okay, so yeah, wonderful. Thank you very much for being here. That was wonderful. A very quick session on grief and loss. Thank you very much for giving so much of insight, and thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.